hatred and frustration that I had down in Virginia, I was able to take all that stuff and just put it to the side. I began to realize that under the skin, we're all the same. We're all one. We all got all kinds of bruises and wounds and all kinds of problems and hang-ups. We all got it. This woman was no different from any of us.
All right, brother.
First of all, she was trying to resolve her situation by elevating herself. I'm a Samaritan. Remember Jesse Jackson? Trying to make us feel like we were something where we weren't? I am. I am. I won't get into Jesse. But look at this. Look at this woman. And Jesus said, you really don't know what you're asking. If you knew the gift of God, it doesn't make any difference. Let me tell you something. You don't earn a gift. Gifts are free. They're just given. Just because you're there. She said, if you only knew the gift of God and who I am that's asking you, you would ask me. Not give you living water. The woman said, how can you do it? You don't have anything to draw water from the well. Jesus said, I'm talking about something you don't understand. She said, well, I'm tired of dealing with the race question. You've answered that. Jesus carried her to another place in her life. Painful place. Carried her to her relationships. He said, go get your husband. So the rich one.
Well,
that's what when they say that, when we all get to heaven. Amen. It's going to be a mess up there. We'll leave that alone, preacher. The woman said, I don't have a husband. And Jesus said, you answered correctly. Because you have 5 husbands, and the one that you're living with now is not your husband. You could tell he wasn't her husband. Look at how he treated her. In the middle of the day, he tells her, woman, go fetch me some water. After she had been in the kitchen rattling the pots and pans, he said, go and fetch me some water. I don't care how hot it is. I'm thirsty. Wow. This is the man she was stuck with. Can you imagine Jesus running into an angry black woman like that? I'm sorry, that's a Tyler Perry over there. Show you how it goes. But can you imagine? She's trying to have a conversation. Let me tell you something. The most difficult thing for you to do on a Sunday morning is try to talk to a mixed multitude. They come from all kinds of places. One mother's got to get up early in the morning. She's got to wash her children, and she's got to change some of the babies, and she's got to feed all the children, and then she got to get them all dressed, and then she's got to get herself dressed, and wash the dishes, and clean up the kitchen, and get out to church, dragging all those little kids up. We wonder why they don't come to Sunday school. They don't come to Sunday school because they just don't have enough time. And that no good man lying in the bed. Amen. When you come home, honey, what are we going to have for dinner? Amen. She should be a cannibal. She said, you. but look at this pitiful woman. He said, I know what you're saying. She said, I've had 5 husbands, and the one I'm living with is not my own. Jesus told her that. She said, you got to be a prophet. You don't have to be a prophet. You see someone coming in. Remember how he said the craft people, hair all wrapped up in craft paper? Y'all remember that? Amen. Have a gnat on the face. And, you don't need to be a prophet to realize that here is an abused woman. We deal with a lot of broken humanity. And we just don't know how to do it. We treat them like Samaritans. Amen. We treat them less than human. We put them down because they found one man. They were hungry for a relationship. That's why you ladies are here, you sorority sisters, because We need to belong to someone. That's how Jerry Butler. You need to belong to someone. It hurts to be known by no one. That's why the men get together in the choir. But you don't have to come into church. You walk around the corner. That's why the gangs, the Latin lords and the Latin kings and all these other La Familia and all these other groups get, because you can't make it in this world by yourself. But let me tell you something. You can have a half a dozen men. You can have a half a dozen women, but you're not going to, you need something more. And I'm here to tell you today that Jesus satisfies your deepest need. He's satisfying your hunger. No man can do it for you. I don't care what kind of medication you're on. Nothing can do it for you. Can't nobody do me like Jesus. Christ is all. Takes a long time. Takes a whole lot of living to realize. I don't care how smooth they look, how sweet they talk. They won't make it for you. Can't nobody do you like Jesus.
Yes, indeed.
I don't care how many bars you got on your arm.
Amen.
I don't care. You can have your little bishop mitre on your head. I don't care what you got. Can't nobody. Jesus said, you don't know who I am. If you knew who I was, you would ask me, and I'll give you living water. Jesus gave her water, and it was not from the well. But she's not finished yet. She said, Jesus, I might be able to work this thing out better than you. Listen what she says here. When Jesus started hitting her where she lived. She said here, the woman said, you're a prophet, but let me tell you something. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and you say that Jerusalem is the place. Jesus didn't tell the woman where to worship. She didn't even know Jesus. Jesus said unto her, woman, believe me, the hour is coming, and now is, when true worshipers shall not worship in a Baptist church, or Congregational church, or Pentecostal church, or Holiness church, or Episcopal church, or Presbyterian church. True worshipers shall worship in spirit and in truth. And let me tell you something. If you don't have the Spirit of God, I don't care how good you sing. I don't care how good you play. I don't care how good you pray. I don't care how much you give if you don't have Jesus. If you don't have the Holy Spirit. Jesus told his disciples, listen, I'm going to give you power. But don't do anything. Don't go anywhere. Don't say anything until I open up heaven and pour out the Holy Spirit upon you. A lot of folks got good religion, but they don't have the Holy Spirit. And I'm not talking about trying to talk in tongues.
All right. Well.
He said God is a spirit. And true worshipers must worship him in spirit and in truth. Woman said there's something special about you. I don't know what it is, but you talk, never man spake like this. That's Jesus had a way of getting us where we live. He was able to fill our unmet needs. He's able to give us something that nothing can give us. Do you have it today? Has he blessed you? I'm not talking about do you go to church every Sunday. I'm not talking about do you have a Bible. People say, pick up your Bible, hold your Bible. This is my Bible. Doesn't make any difference if you don't have Jesus in your life. Woman got so excited, she just left her water pot. She went running. Let me tell you something, this thing ought to get in your feet. Amen. It ought to make you run sometimes. It ought to make you shout sometimes. When I think of the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me. Couldn't say a word, I'd wave my hand. He's been good to me. You ought to leave a lot of that stuff behind. A lot of the trinkets of your religion and go running telling a dying world. There's a man down at the river giving sight to a lot. Come see a man who told me everything. She found something that day. She didn't find a new race. She didn't find a new relationship. She didn't find a new religion. But she found a redeemer. Let me tell you something. Joy starts flowing like a river. When the Redeemer comes into your life, he'll change your life. He'll take your life and turn it downside up. Satan turns you upside down, but he will reverse your life. He'll make you a new creature. He'll take that hard heart out of your life. I don't care what you're living in. I don't care what you're living with. I don't care what you're trying to live through. If you got Jesus in your life, get sweeter as the days go by. She said, I found a Redeemer. Oh, I found him, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me that I'm his own. It's a joy. Do you have a joy today? I don't care how cold it is on the outside. You got the joy on the inside. Yes. For Almighty God. She said, come see a man. And they went running. And they came back and said, now we believe it. Not because of what you said, but we've seen it for ourselves. Or you got to see it for yourself. Mama may have, and Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. Let me tell you, if you got it, can't nobody take it from you. I found a Redeemer. Yeah. Somebody here. Let us all stand.